Section 1. The Opening, an introduction to Al-Fatihah. In the quiet moments before a Muslim begins their prayer, a sacred dialogue is about to unfold. It starts not with a grand declaration or a complex theological statement, but with a humble and profound 7-verse chapter from the Qur'an. This is Al-Fatihah, the opening. It is the first chapter of the Holy Book, a gateway that millions of people walk through every single day to connect with the divine. Its words are among the first that a Muslim child learns, and they are the last that are often whispered in moments of both profound joy and deep sorrow. This chapter, though short enough to be recited in under a minute, encapsulates the very essence of the Islamic faith, acting as both a prayer and a declaration of one's place in the cosmos. Al-Fatihah serves as the perfect introduction to the Quranic narrative. Section 2. The Mother of the Book. Its name and origin. The name Al-Fatihah, meaning the opening, is profoundly significant. It is the literal opening of the physical Qur'an, the first chapter one encounters when they open the Holy Book. But the meaning goes much deeper. It is also considered the opening of prayer, Salah. No prayer is considered complete without it. Beyond these practical applications, it signifies the opening of the heart to divine guidance and the opening of a channel of communication between the human and the divine. Because it contains the foundational principles of the entire Quran, it is also known by other powerful titles. al-Kitab, the mother of the book. al-Quran, the mother of the Quran, signifying all other chapters are born from its core message. This chapter holds a unique place in the history of Islamic revelation. The vast majority of religious scholars agree Al-Fatihah was revealed in Mecca during the early years of the Prophet Muhammad's mission. At a time when the first Muslims were a small, often persecuted minority, this chapter provided them with a spiritual anchor. It is also called As-Sab al-Mathani, the 7 oft-repeated verses, a name mentioned within the Quran itself. 1587. Section 3. A Divine Dialogue, unpacking the 7 verses. The first verse, in the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, is the invocation that begins the chapter and indeed almost every chapter of the Quran. It immediately establishes the primary attributes of God that the believer is meant to connect with: boundless compassion, all-encompassing mercy. It is a declaration that the act of recitation and the prayer that follows are being initiated under the banner of this divine grace. This opening line sets a tone of comfort and hope, reminding the worshipper that they are approaching a being whose nature is fundamentally one of love and forgiveness, not anger or retribution. It is a gentle start to a powerful conversation. The next 2 verses are dedicated entirely to praise. All praise is for God, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, the most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. This section establishes God's authority and attributes. He is not just the Lord of a single tribe or nation, but the Rabb al-Alamin, the Lord of all existence. The repetition of the most compassionate, the most merciful, embeds mercy at the core of God's identity, culminating in his justice as Master of the Day of Judgment. With the 4th verse, the entire dynamic of the chapter shifts dramatically. The voice changes from a third-person description of God to a direct first-person address. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. This is the heart of the chapter, the pivotal moment where the worshipper makes a profound declaration of allegiance. It is a statement of pure monotheism, Tawheed, asserting that all acts of devotion and all pleas for assistance are directed exclusively to God. This verse signifies a conscious choice to turn away from all other dependencies, be it wealth, power, or other people, and to place one's ultimate trust and reliance solely in the hands of the divine. The chapter concludes with a single, focused supplication in the final 3 verses. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have earned your anger, or of those who are astray. After praising God and declaring one's devotion, the worshiper now makes their one and only request: guidance. It is not a request for worldly riches or immediate success, but for something far more profound and lasting: the clarity to walk the right path. It is a humble and hopeful plea for steadfastness. Al-Fatihah is not just a part of the Muslim daily prayer, it is the very pillar upon which the prayer stands. The Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said, "There is no prayer for one who does not recite the opening of the book." Whether a person is performing the obligatory daily prayers or voluntary prayers, this chapter must be recited in every single unit of worship. Its absence invalidates the prayer itself. The placement at the beginning is deliberate and symbolic. It functions as a spiritual orientation, a way to gather thoughts and focus intention before proceeding. Before one bows or prostrates, one first establishes the why of the worship through Al-Fatihah. To praise God, to affirm servitude to Him alone, to seek His divine guidance above all else. Beyond the obligatory prayers, Al-Fatihah is woven into a Muslim's spiritual life, for healing, for beginnings, to sanctify gatherings, and for comfort in distress. This constant repetition creates a rhythm of return. No matter how far one's thoughts have strayed, the prayer brings them back 5 times a day to the same foundational words. It is a reset button for the soul, a spiritual compass toward God. The importance of Al-Fatihah is not only defined by its role in prayer, but also by the numerous virtues and blessings attributed to it in Islamic tradition. It is often referred to as Al-Shifa, the cure, based on hadith where the companions used its recitation to heal a person bitten by a scorpion. This has led to a widespread belief in its spiritual healing properties, seeking relief from physical and spiritual ailments. One tradition recounts a gate in heaven opening with the glad tidings of 2 lights given to the Prophet, Surah Al-Fatihah and the concluding verses of Al-Baqarah. Reciting it kindles divine light within, helping dispel the darkness of doubt, despair, and misguidance. Al-Fatihah's request for guidance is the ultimate supplication, implicitly asking for all that is good here and in the hereafter. In conclusion, Al-Fatihah is far more than just the first chapter of the Qur'an. It is a direct and intimate conversation with God, a declaration of faith, and a timeless plea for guidance. Its verses, though few, contain an ocean of meaning, reminding us of God's infinite mercy and our absolute reliance on Him.